Hare Krishna, good morning, dear devotees. Vansha kalpatarvascha, kripa sindhaveva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. This is a consequential meeting because we come here to do what is most recommended by the Shastra. There are lots of things we can do, listen to, look at, but taking time to bring our attention to the divine holy names of Krishna is the most beneficial and consequential of all. And just as a preface to today's chanting, just read a little piece. Um, Want to hear something life-changing? A godbrother and friend asked me as we sat down together for lunch one today at the Govardhan Ashram. Yes, please, I replied. He leaned toward me, placing his left hand on the floor. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he continued, is not only all-powerful, but he's also all-merciful. He went on, if he were all-powerful but not all-merciful, we'd be in trouble. And if he were all-merciful but not all-powerful, then what could he do for us? His point was that Krishna is all good. He wants to help us in every way, and he is the one person who can help us. Then why isn't my life better than it is? People often ask. Srila Prabhupada explains, the sun is equal toward all, and one simply has to take advantage of it. The sunshine is available, but if we close our doors and want to keep ourselves in darkness, that is our decision. Similarly, Krishna is everywhere. Krishna is for everyone, and Krishna is ready to accept us as soon as we surrender, Prabhupada wrote. But how can I surrender? How may I take advantage of the sunshine? And exactly what's in it for me are often the next questions. The answer is that chanting your daily 16 rounds of japa places you directly in the sunshine of Krishna's grace. And here's a summary list of what's in it for those who do. And it's based on the verse from the Padma Purana. Number 1, it makes you happy. 2, fulfills all your desires. 3, relieves your distress. 4, revives your personal, intimate, loving relationship with Krishna. 6, infuses you with Krishna's spiritual qualities. 7, invites good fortune. 8, follows the acharyas. And 9, transports you to the spiritual world. Krishna is all-powerful, all-merciful, and he's eager to shower us with his mercy. His only aim is to deliver us from material life. It's not that he becomes attentive to us only when we offer prayers to him. Even before we offer our prayers, he incessantly tries to deliver us. He is never lazy in regard to our deliverance. But we have to do our part and chant. So we have opportunity to take the sunshine directly through the holy name. That only requires being fully present and having an attitude of acceptance of Krishna's mercy. So let's start with the Panchatattva mantra, because Lord Chaitanya and the Panchatattva are so powerful that if one simply keeps them nearby in one's mind or chants to a picture of the Panchatattva, they open the doorway for us to chant Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna makes his avatar in many different ways. And in Kali Yuga, his avatar is in the holy name. So while you're chanting, just be aware that you're directly associating with Krishna. He's made his avatar in the holy name and made himself available in this way for us personally and directly. Hare Krishna. Well done. Well done, everybody. Now we have a few minutes to share anything you'd like to share about your chanting this morning, realizations, insights, complaints, commiserations, ruminations. Anvesh.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanavad Pranam, I'll go to Srila Prabhupada. So when you talked about how Krishna comes as the holy name in Kali Yuga as the avatar, I was thinking about how I never felt an attraction, but when I put it in context, for example, I think about some celebrity, and I think that I have a natural attraction for anything material for some reason. And then I think about how much more attraction I can have to Krishna because he's the owner of the whole universe and he's created it. And so I was just like really attracted to this idea that when you put it into context, that you get a much more attraction for Krishna and his devotees.
I really like that, Anvesh, because we often hear that in the Shastra, our acharyas giving worldly examples and then comparing it to our relationship with Krishna. Like yuvatinam yata yuni yunam cha yuvitao yata mano birabite tadvan mano me ramatan twayi. Just as young boys are attracted to young girls and young girls attracted to young boys, he said, let my attraction be drawn to you in the same way. So you're saying, if a movie star showed up on this Zoom next week, then everyone was like, hey, wait a minute, is that such and such? When Krishna shows up in his holy name, we may be looking out the window, think it's something else. So it's a matter of realization of how Krishna is present in his holy name in the context. Thanks, Anvesh. Where are you? Looks like the Empire State Building behind you there. What city are you in?
I'm in San Jose.
Well, are you outside?
No, it's just the light. I'm sitting down.
Maybe it's the light of the avatar of the holy name. Okay, let's hear a couple more. It's nice to have a share because, we come together here. It's kind of an elite group who actually bothers to show up here. Okay, Bhakti Manya, great to see you.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. I had a question. So today morning, I tried to experiment and read before I chant, and it set a good mood for my chanting. But as I was chanting, I was only trying to focus on the mantra and not really the reading. But I know that our reading and our shravanam is supposed to complement our chanting. So my question was, in what way is it supposed to complement? And is it something subtle that we can't see? Or how can we use the power of reading or hearing to complement our chanting?
Well, our devotional chanting is not exactly an intellectual exercise. It's more visceral. Prabhupada said it's like a baby calling for its mother. There are various times in our sojourn here in this world when we realize our complete dependence on Krishna. One of them is when we're in the womb and we come to awareness that we're being forced into another situation that we're not, we don't know what will happen. We know there'll be suffering and so forth. And another time that many people come to that liminal state is before they leave their bodies. They realize that the false identity that they've been putting forth to the world is not really them. The face we have here that we're looking on in Zoom, we keep looking back at our face. Do I look okay? That's just a little mask that we're wearing, and it's not really us. When we feel helpless and we call out to Krishna, knowing that we're helpless, then this is the result of this of hearing philosophy, Sambandha Gyan. We don't have to recall each line in our mind while we're chanting to try to intellectualize it, but it's meant to bring us to the state of steadiness, of nishta, in chanting that I know, even though I haven't fully realized it at every minute, I know that I'm not part of this world. I have a relationship with Krishna. That's why we cultivate Sambandha Gyan. And then when we chant, if we can feel the Krishna, I'm helpless, please save me. That's more effective, and you don't have to remember specifically what you read unless it comes into your mind as a revelation. Abhijit.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Tendava Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So actually I'm on the East Coast now for college, and I woke up at 6 thinking that Japa had already started, and I realized it was 3 a.m. for everyone on the West Coast. So anyway, so I was just reflecting on the word lolyam and how it's possesses a duality. So in Upadeshamrita, it's mentioned Janasangascha lolyam cha. Greed for mundane achievements is one of the 6 qualities that deter bhakti. But I recently saw in the purport to, I can't remember which verse, but in the Padyavali 14th verse, Rupa Goswami mentions Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati Priyatam Yadi Kutopi Labhyate. Krishna consciousness, if it's available, you purchase. You purchase anywhere it's available. And he said that it needs to be purchased at a price, and that price is specifically tatra lolyam ekalam mulyam. So again, lolyam shows up, and the price to purchase bhakti is greed. And so greed is a very powerful emotion that possesses duality. And I realize that this applies to anything in the material world. They possess a duality based on how we use them. We can use them to like sin and fall to lower stages of life, or use them in the service of Krishna and ascend to higher consciousness. And so I feel like it's important for us to realize that. And I was just reflecting that on that while chanting.
Thank you very much, Abhijit. A similar, not unrelated point to what we talked about before of noticing material phenomena and how it can be used in Krishna service. Yogadish.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. We had a question from our online audience I was hoping I can ask here.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, due to school, I have to chant some of my rounds in the evening to complete them, so nowadays my chanting has become distracted during evening. Could you please share some tips so that it could become more focused? I want to chant with more focus, but I get disappointed as I complete my rounds inattentively.
Find a sacred space where you have designated that space to be specifically for devotional activities. Don't just walk here, there, or anywhere, or sit in front of a screen when you chant, but go to a sacred space in your garden or in your house, some in a corner, and make sure that you very deliberately turn everything else off so that your mind gets the idea that I'm going to be here for the holy name. So try that. And I think you'll find that it helps. Ritvik, we can't hear you. You're going to have to move closer to your mic. You've got a mic issue. Try taking the AirPods out. We have tech support here.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I've had this question for a couple of weeks now because I was listening to a lecture given by Dravida Prabhu, and he said that Radha is gives the biggest service and devotion to Krishna. So I was wondering, what about Balaram and Subhadra? Do they not give as much as Radha does to Krishna?
Everyone gives according to their specific way of serving Krishna. And it's not that although we talk about who's giving the most service and there's a hierarchy, in the end, every devotee who's sincere gives the most that they can, and each one is appreciated by Krishna. But Radharani is considered, as is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, as the one everyone notices is attracting Krishna's attention the most. Hare Krishna. Thank you
Hare
very
Krishna.
much, everyone, for joining the Japa Jolt. Keep the vibration going. Yena tena prakarena mana Krishna vesha. One way or another, try to keep remembering Krishna. It's a very complicated, convoluted life that we have bodily issues to deal with. We have ego issues to deal with. We have interpersonal relationships to deal with. We have duties to do to parents, to family members, to society, and everything like that. So we have to be inventive and determined to keep somehow or other in the transcendental vibration. Don't let anything dissuade you from your practice of devotional service or your chanting. Always stay fixed, especially on your japa, because the japa period is where you're going to make your most advancement. And taking the time to painstakingly sit for a while, go on a japa walk, keep remembering Krishna, and throughout the day, keep coming back to the Maha Mantra and depending on the Maha Mantra. And everything good will come, all benefits in life, and ruchi will come at some point where we can't resist chanting the holy name. You did great. Really proud of everybody. Thank you very much for joining. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Sri Panchatattva, Sri Harinam Prabhu, if you so desire, please let us become your devotee and always think of you, always chant your names, and please give us a compassionate heart so that when we see other people suffering due to spiritual thirst in the desert of this material world, we're compelled to give them an opportunity to chant your names and hear about you. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone agrees with this prayer in whole or in part. Please unmute and say Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Vivo Gaur Premanande Vanchakoptarishcha Kripasanabhevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Be a kind friend to all living beings. Hare Krishna.